I'm Allan Taylor, and welcome into the Gold to Blue Lunch Report. It's time for an always insightful Thursday visit from former West Virginia offensive lineman Jeff Braun. Now, Jeff, West Virginia went ground and pound during its 31-26 win over Texas Tech. Sort of been trending that way all season. You obviously like the physical approach.
Our rushing games in this game was very good. I'm not sure how well the defense played against us. It looks like they were lacking in some areas, but you know what? When you play a defense like that, you better be able to execute, and I think we did that. I think our passing game needs a lot of work. I think there's a lot of stuff, receiver, quarterback-wise, it just needs to be sharpened. This late in the season, you don't want to see that. But, you know, we have our identity. We're a run-first football team right now, so that's what we're going to lean on.
Now, West Virginia certainly leaned on the ground game early, playing physical football that led to this Russell Shell touchdown.
We're going old school right here. Offset I formation. You can call it pistol. We're going to have a fullback lead block on the Sam. We did a really good job. This is a scheme thing right here, exploiting what the defense has given us with the run game. And the fullback does a great job blocking. What I love to see is all the guys on the ground. Watch the blue line. We have a great job by the right guard and center. All those D linemen are across that blue line. We get a great push, and the fullback and the running back are able to finish the block. We'll see this again, but the thing is, we isolate the Sam, and all the other linebackers are what we call minus. They're back behind the center, and we're able to have a solid double team, create a strong point, and we get positive yards for a touchdown.
Now, if the play works going into the end zone, why not try it coming out of the end zone? Right, Jeff? The line here opens up a gigantic hole for Smallwood.
Same play that we ran for the first touchdown in the game was Shell. This time, the defense is going to play something different. They're going to try to exchange guys. They'll blitz the Sam into the A gap, and then they'll have the Mike play over the top. And we do a great job with Panky, settles down, sees the Sam come across his face, takes him, and the fullback does a good job correcting himself and getting a piece on the Mike. Now, the Mike was already minus back where the ball is going, so all the fullback really needs to do is pin him, and he slows down just enough to get just a piece of him and springs the guy loose. We did a good job scheming these guys this week, and I think it showed in the run game, and we executed very well. So we knew going into the game, if we put a fullback in the backfield, a running back in there, a tight end to the boundary with no flanker over there, and we have twins to the left, they're going to come out in a 4-3. They'll bring the quarter down on the tight end, and they really minus to the tight end, and it leaves a wide open gap over the left guard, left tackle, depending on how you put it, and we exploited that.
Probably no coincidence that Adam Panky had a stellar game after returning inside to left guard. He was more comfortable, looked more productive than when he tried to fill in at left tackle versus TCU.
I think last week he struggled with that, but this week he goes back to what he's been doing all season, playing guard, and he's aggressive and he does a lot of good things. Now, schematically in this clip, right off the bat, if you look at the defensive end at the top of the screen, he is inside of the tackle almost. That is a red flag automatically as an offensive lineman, quarterback, coordinator. Why is that DN inside of the tackle? Usually defensive end's outside of the tackle. Right now there's nobody containing. All right, now you see the safety at the top of the screen. He starts to come down. He now has contained. So you should already know if there's no one outside, who's going to have that contain, that C gap, if that lineman's already in the B gap. They're not going to put a lineman in the B gap to have contain in the C gap. It doesn't work. So a linebacker or a safety is going to come down and fill. That's exactly what they do here. It's a great job by the tackle of not getting out of hand. He doesn't run out of there. He helps the guard, and then he gets up on the safety and gets a good block. Now, Panky here does a heck of a job of finishing. He gets his hands. He's very aggressive with his hands. He throws this guy on the ground. He just manhandles him, and we get a touchdown. I love this play. I'm happy for Panky. I'm glad he's able to bounce back from last week, and that's a sign of a good football player. Panky's a great football player. We got to play him where he needs to go, and I think he did what we needed him to do last week, and it got him beat a little bit, but this week he bounced back strong.
Next clip and more from Panky, this time working with Tyler Orlowski on a nice double team. Right guard Tony Mateo also makes a nice block to open up a running lane in the middle. Part of the reason Shell averaged better than 7 yards per carry.
So another scheme thing by Texas Tech, they have that DN inside the tackle a little bit. He's going to slant into the B gap, and the backer's going to play over the top to have contained. Now, a right guard does a great job of settling, seeing that, and really creating a double team on this guy. And the finish, the finish by Panky here, the finish by the right guard and sealing the guy, a huge hole, and we exploit it. You know, it's a good testament to the film study to be able to see these exchanges, see guys lining up, and be able to execute in the game and just finish in blocks.
And it was the first career start for Marcel Lazard at right tackle. The sophomore held up well in the run game, but a slip up here in pass protection. Jeff, what did you see?
We're running a gap play action pass play. The right tackle's responsibility is to have the B gap down. Now, he goes way too far and doesn't settle. I think it's a rookie mistake by him, really not understanding the play. Whenever you have a gap protection, post a slide, and you're supposed to post down, you can't go too far. You have to settle down. We talk about it all the time. Hey, settle on the play action pass. And he gets real excited. He goes down almost to the A gap, and the guy who he's supposed to block kind of settles and just comes around him. You know, this is a good film study for him to know you can't do that. Settle, you know, hold your horse a little bit and block the guy in front of you. You never want someone to cross your face, and I think, you know, he did a bad job of this right here. He almost gets over top of the right guard.
Now this week brings Texas part of a premium ticket package, even though the Longhorns certainly aren't a premium team at the moment. Now Jeff, does it still mean a little something extra to face a program like Texas, even when they're 4-5?
I think so. You know, and you want to say no. It's every week. You have the coach talk all the time, and you know it's 1 week at a time. It's week by week. You know, to me that's hoopla. That's media stuff. And in all honesty, you see certain logos across the ring and get hyped. Because growing up as a kid, you see all the movies. You see Friday Night Lights with the Texas teams. You see these Texas high school stadiums. You hear that you go down and play Texas, and there are 100-some thousand with all these suites and you know all this nice stuff. And they come to your house, and they have that logo on with these nice, pretty jerseys, and it gets you amped up. The same thing when I played them, when we went down there. The same way when LSU came. When we played those big type of games, you know, it brings a little bit of something out of you. Now, you want that same thing to happen when you play teams like Kansas. You want that stuff to happen when you play other teams, and that's nothing against them. It's just the prestige of that program. Their guys are always going to look the part. It's Texas, just like Oklahoma a couple weeks ago. But they haven't had the Texas swagger that they've had before in the past. And I think when I played them, they had it. They were highly ranked. But since the Charlie Strong era, I feel like they've lost a little bit of that luster that they've always had, but we just need to execute and pound them in the mouth. That's the biggest thing. When you face these teams, you know, with the prestige as Texas and Oklahoma and whoever else you're going to face, you need to come out and just hit them. You know, because everybody's going to bleed the same way you do. Everybody breathes. Everybody hurts. You just come out and smack them in the mouth, and we'll be all right.
Good talk, Jeff. Enjoy the game, and we'll hook up again next week.
Yep, I'll talk to you. I appreciate it.
Now, in recruiting news, West Virginia received 2016 commitments from a pair of Ohio defensive prospects. 3-star cornerback Sean Mahone from Westchester chose the Mountaineers over Kentucky, Purdue, and Virginia. West Virginia also added defensive tackle Jeffrey Pooler, a 6'3", 285-pounder who was considering Louisville, Maryland, Tennessee, and Temple. Now with 22 commitments, the Mountaineers' 2016 class is ranked 31st by rivals. For the Gold and Blue Lunch Report, I'm Allan Taylor.